and welcome to the best show that drops on Tuesdays talking about movies. It is our favorite.
That was really quick.
I
You just ripped the Band-Aid right off there,
I was
didn't
just
you?
getting right into this.
Yeah.
Because it's we got a good episode, baby. Not America's, Canada's Sweethearts is the topic of our new today. And in case you didn't notice the clip that you clicked on, we are in fact talking about Ryan Reynolds.
You're welcome, Canada.
Oh, thank you, Canada, for producing such a man. He is fantastic. He's a pretty good actor, but he is just a great man. He's a great guy. I genuinely love just watching him just behind the scenes and whatnot. And this was probably not on purpose that we chose to do Ryan Reynolds, but I want to throw out there that it just started coming out, and I don't know if it's finished by now, but if you haven't watched Welcome to Wrexham, it is a show about Ryan Reynolds himself and Rob McElhenney from
It's Always Sunny.
It's Always Sunny. Thank you. I was going to say that. And they bought a soccer/football club in Sweden, or not Sweden, in somewhere in the UK. It's somewhere in the UK. And I don't remember which one it was, but yeah, it was
Sweden.
I don't know why I thought it was Sweden, but it's Wrexham. And anyway, it's really cool, but it's Ryan Reynolds. So I want to throw that in case nobody's seen it. But anyway, let's get into our favorite Ryan Reynolds movies. Jake.
I picked the Christmas classic.
Is classic the word you're going to use for this? Is classic?
Absolutely. The Christmas masterpiece. I picked Just Friends.
Sometimes after like seeing Ryan Reynolds in like modern stuff like Free Guy or Deadpool, like where he can be like snarky, that like old school Ryan Reynolds hits different, man.
It's the rom-com Ryan Reynolds, which is not bad. It's different.
It's fantastic, but why is it different?
So for this movie, it's hard for me to look past my nostalgia. What did I say in my review of it?
You gotta bring up your letterbox.
I do. I don't remember what I said.
While you're looking for it, I have to say my favorite part of this movie is seeing Ryan Reynolds in a fat suit. He is just so, his facial expressions and crap. What's that song that he sings? Why am I blanking on the song that? You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's the title of the song? But anyway, him singing that in the suit and just making the facial expressions that he does is absolutely priceless. And that is what made me laugh. The whole movie was I just want to see more of Ryan Reynolds in a fat suit because he just worked it. He worked it so well.
Okay, so it's hard to look past the nostalgia, the relatability, and just the funny person that Ryan Reynolds is for me because being a fat person myself. And even at that, there was a time in my life when I was skinny like that.
You were Ryan Reynolds skinny?
Yeah.
Damn. That's impressive. I wasn't a Ryan Reynolds skinny. I would love to be Ryan
He would
Reynolds
call me anorexic skinny at the time. Skulky, I believe is the word.
You mentioned you were vegetarian at the time.
Yeah. At the time, I was a vegetarian. So, and like running every day. If you can imagine me running. Clearly that's not the case now, but I related to this pretty hard when I say, clearly it's written from a guy's perspective. So
you can absolutely feel that.
It's funny for me in that regard. I just think I always think Ryan Reynolds is adorable. And there are a lot of problematic things with it.
It's an early 2000s
it's definitely it's one of those things that you can't evaluate a piece of work outside of its time.
Absolutely.
Outside the context of its time.
Absolutely.
But when you watch it now, like he is really forceful with Anna Faris.
I know.
And it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He shoves her into a car.
I know. And they really played over that dumb blonde stereotype.
Yeah, but that's just the actor that she is. That's just the characters that she plays.
It's also part of the writing. That's how they wrote that character. And I forgot that Anna Faris is who plays in the scary movies. Because when I saw, like, okay, this is the first time I've seen this movie when I watched it for this show.
Really?
Yes. The first time. And I saw her and was like, oh, that's the chick from the scary movies. And she's hilarious in those. And she was really, like...
She used to be married to Chris Pratt.
Yeah, she did.
She has a son that has cerebral palsy. That's right. I remember. That's why I liked her.
There you go. Yeah. She would. Oh my god, she's so ridiculous in this.
It's got some of the like grossest scenes. That like the thing with the toothpaste.
Oh,
I was like,
see, stuff like that is pretty gross. But there's something about when it's food that does it for me because. I watched this, the only time I saw this, I didn't get to watch it for this, but what I remember vividly, we've talked about this, probably 10 years ago, my sister was watching it on TV, and I watched the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
They go to a restaurant after he's hot and skinny.
Yep. Oh, yeah, and they got the whole big...
Oh! Like, I'm not feeling very good right now. If you're watching this, I'm wearing sunglasses because I'm overstimulated by the lights in front of me and the lights behind me, so I'm holding it in right now. And the thought of seeing those, like, chocolate... sprinkled, glazed,
massive,
just
like
disgusting.
Even
and
as
she has like a wrap with chips or something.
It's a grilled cheese and fries.
Grilled cheese. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was like that looks so much better. And the thing that bugged me about that part was he didn't want it because it's gross. Now he's a jerk about it, if I remember. But at the same time, it's like I'm totally on his side. No. And then she switches, which also made me feel bad because that's happened. We're like, here, we'll switch. I'm like, no, it's fine. But I just remember thinking, like, all he has to do is say, like, I don't want this. But instead, he's a Hollywood jerk.
All he wants to do is get back and get with the girl that would never get with them. Which, like I said, that's such a like a mid early 2000s thing.
Yep.
It's just trying to get with the girl that would never get with you. Like, oh my
Cites
God.
Movies like The New Guy. Cites movies like She's Just Not That Into You.
Yeah.
A guy thing.
What?
A guy thing.
Probably. Cites Not Another Teen Movie.
Mm-hmm.
Has no one seen A Guy Thing?
I actually have never seen it.
Jason Lee?
Oh, no.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you
It just fits the mold.
It's just all those
Cites Road Trip. Cites Euro Trip. Cites...
Oh, yeah, any of the American Pies. Like, all
Dude, one of the dudes from American Pie is in this, though.
Chris Klein.
That's Dusty.
Yeah, I knew he looked. You're right. I knew.
No, I know. I'm right.
And I think the entire thing.
He's
so.
I don't remember which one in American Pie was.
He's
the cool one, isn't he? The long-haired cool one.
I think he's in the Arrowverse, right? In the older Flash. Is that him?
That's not him. He doesn't play the old Jay Garrick. Is that what you're talking about?
No, he doesn't play Jay Garrick.
No, the older. Which Flash is it in CW Flash?
There's too many.
That's not Wally, right? It's
no, Wally's black.
Yeah. Okay, not in the cartoon though. That's why I don't know.
No, in the CW show.
In the CW show. Okay, so it's Barry. He's the older Barry, isn't he?
I don't know. I'm gonna look that up right now.
It's a long time since
I don't think I've seen that one. I don't think I've seen.
You were watching it. That's the only way I know. You were watching it at your house. Like you were finishing an episode or something, and I saw. Like,
no, because that's not right. Because the episode of The Flash I was watching at my house when you were there. Yeah, that's not Jay Garrick. I can see where you would think it was him.
Dwyer / Cicada. Is that how you say it? So
Cicada.
I don't know. What is it?
That is not the season I was watching when you were there, though.
That's the only time I saw it.
That is not the season I was watching when you were there.
I saw it. It was on your computer. I know we're making a whole thing of this, but I remember being in your office and you were watching that.
You mean like right before we watched Scott Pilgrim?
No, that was at your apartment years before.
Oh, at my house.
Yeah.
I
know we're making this whole thing about Chris Klein in the Arrowverse, but I remember I was like, that guy looks familiar. Oh, that's Chris Klein. I know Chris Klein.
So thank you for telling me who he was from, because the entire movie I watched the movie, I'm just like, why does that face look familiar? Why does that face look familiar?
Yeah, and the funny thing is, we all know a guy from high school like that.
Oh, absolutely. And also, who was the bully that was bullying him? That when he went back, he saw him and he was all like like fat and balding and drunk, and he's like, I feel like that's. No. Yeah, that's.
I don't know. I just this movie. It's just funny to me. I like Christmas movies, so I like that vibe.
The thing is, I did not know this was a Christmas movie getting into it. I just thought it was an early 2000s rom-com, but it was. I don't know if it's a Christmas movie, but
it is. It takes place across Christmas.
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you mean that's fair? That's straight up Christmas. It takes place around Christmas, and you're like, that's fair.
I mean, the climax of the movie is like at a Christmas pageant.
Is at a Christmas party.
Yeah. It literally says in Letterboxd, while visiting his hometown during Christmas. That's fair. It straight up is the answer.
I didn't look up I didn't know.
But there are Christmas lights everywhere. And they started a holiday party, a very inappropriate holiday party, but a holiday party nonetheless.
That is true. All right, I'll give you that one.
Anyway, I watched it when I was in college, and I just never stopped liking it for as much as I see its faults.
Well, like I said before, it's early 2000s rom-com. It's gonna be It's gonna be cheesy. It's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be written by a man that doesn't know what the heck he's talking about, and it's.
Am I right?
Good fun.
Am I right in remembering that there is a scene where his brother accidentally tases?
Yes.
At
the mall,
and she falls over.
Yep.
Falls over,
and that's what leads to the toothpaste thing.
It really, you mentioned the brother. Everything between her and the brother just felt so awkward. Like when she would licked his face.
You mean that's because he's 18?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's because he's so young and he's just like, oh my god, you're dating a pop star. That's so amazing. Like that's all.
You say that, but there are people out there that are as our beloved guest at one point said, what was it? Oh man, parasocial parasite.
Yeah.
Literally, they latch on to celebrities. It doesn't matter if what they're in or do is good. They just like them so much they look past the faults. Kind of a cult personality. Ever heard that phrase before?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
What are you looking at me like that for?
Because you know what I'm talking about too. It's literally it's disgusting. They don't see faults with anything someone does, through their celebrity status.
Ugh. Yeah, that was
that's all I got to say about Just Friends.
It's not a bad movie, Jared. Shut up.
It's fine.
It's not great. It's not like
peak Ryan Reynolds, but it's.
You have to see it at a specific time in your life, or just because.
Yeah,
I have no attachment to it, but Jake
does. The same thing. I don't have any attachment either. I just watched it for the first time 2 days ago. And I was like, wow, this is.
But there's a Fountains of Wayne song in it, right? So
yeah,
that levels things out.
Okay, that helps a lot. Okay, is there anything else you want to mention about
No. Friends? I'm good.
All right, well then, moving on to our next Ryan Reynolds pick, Jared, and once again picking out a more contemporary Ryan Reynolds pick.
Well, I am not a giant Ryan Reynolds fan. I don't dislike him, but I remember when we were making our picks, I was looking down the things I've seen him in, and I don't really care for that many of them. Though standout being my pick.
Yeah.
Which I was like, I like this. I don't really need to, it's like I'll look for something else, and then when I realize, no, this is my favorite Ryan Reynolds movie because there's nothing else that is close to it, and it's Deadpool 2.
He's fantastic.
Yeah. Now, I couldn't have picked Deadpool if that was my favorite because you had already talked about it, but I do like Deadpool 2 better than the first movie.
I don't think we mentioned that before, whenever we did a Marvel that's not the MCU.
Yeah, it's just... I rewatched it for the first time since theaters.
Okay. Me too, actually. This was the first time I think I've seen it outside of theaters.
It moves a lot faster than I remember, and that's a good thing. Because I remember in the theater, it felt a little long at times. Mm-hmm. Paced pretty well. Like, you reach the climax at, the 85 or 90 minute mark.
Yeah.
Which is, it's like, yeah, we're moving through this. The set pieces are fun. The action is a lot better than the first movie.
The action in the whole X-Force
the movie as a whole is just, it's...
I find it funnier because the first movie relies on, hey, then this one does it at times too. Mm-hmm. Let's just drop a bunch of F-bombs have a sex montage and, hey, we're rated R. It's like...
I was saying, this definitely has to... Oh, we're rated R moments. It does. It does.
The first movie relies on it like a crutch.
This is way more witty.
Plus,
it does way more.
Would you say it does way more?
I gotta hate you.
Come on, give me that one. Give me that one. Please. Please.
If you shut up, yeah.
Well, son, you got me.
Yeah, you just lost it.
Yeah, that was pushing it.
So I have not for this episode. I watched both Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2 back to back
for the first time, right?
For the first time, because reasons. One, Deadpool 1 is not as revolutionary as it wants me to think, nor is it as revolutionary as pop culture thinks that it is. It is, at its core, a mediocre origin story at best.
Wow, I think that's
too long.
take.
Yeah, it's too. It's so far up its own ass about its R rating. I just can't.
You could say it really pegged what it was going.
Hey,
like
Women's Day.
No, that was really funny. I laughed really hard in the theater at that.
That was really funny.
I will say that it has some funny moments, but
I feel like kind of what you're saying is very much shocking.
I know what he's building to, though.
What?
I know what you're building to.
What am I building?
The thing that makes the second one work better.
Oh, yeah. I'm working my way there. So here's the thing. Like I said, and my friends tell me, and my friends that I have told this to already think that I'm overthinking it. Mm-hmm. With Deadpool 1, I feel like most of the humor that makes it R-rated has no point. Like, you could just tell those same jokes with a lesser rating. Like, it didn't need to be R-rated.
I would disagree. I feel like especially just it really comes down to the cussing and just the sex.
Yeah, but there's not even that much sex in it.
No, there really isn't that.
There's that one.
There's a lot that's spoken about.
Listeners, Jake wants more sex in superhero movies.
Let's go, baby! Give it all. Bring it on. Give me a. No, I'm not gonna say it.
Give you a what, Dickey?
Listen, I'm watching She-Hulk, and you know what came out in She-Hulk?
Oh, no.
Captain America banged. And
you didn't even say the line right.
Well, I thought we were trying to.
Oh, we watched that scene the other day.
We watched that scene the other day, and both of us were kind of like,
"It's hilarious."
That's dumb.
It's like, wow, this is one of those basic jokes that Marvel fans go, look how edgy it is, when the rest of the world that touches grass every once in a while goes, oh, yeah.
I'm saying it's edgy for their universe.
Dude,
they don't do anything like that.
Look at Captain America. Of course he bangs.
Look
at why do we even need to say that? Of course he bangs.
He celebrated International Women's Day.
Yes, he did. Chris Evans.
Dickey, if you need help, I will help you take off your shoes so you can walk barefoot in the grass.
Anyway, so Deadpool 1 happened. I didn't like it. It's okay. I didn't really care for it. Deadpool 2 comes up on my Disney Plus play, and it taught me it reinforced something I've thought since No Way Home.
Ooh, what's that?
For the superhero trope to work, it needs to have a tragedy. Even though they undo the tragedy at the end, it needs
very end.
It's not even the end. It's a mid-credit scene. Yeah.
So it's still kind of canon.
I'm always iffy on
how... We'll get to that mid-credit scene.
It's so good. It's so good.
You know, I was watching the entire movie just for that scene. But anyway, a hero needs a tragedy for any of the tropes to work. For any of the sacrifices to feel at all worthwhile. Like, he didn't have to sacrifice anything. And I get that that's part of Deadpool's shtick. Mm-hmm. But
he kind of goes around and just does whatever he wants.
Why do we care otherwise?
Yeah.
Which is... That's very, very valid.
Also, they were acting like whatever got put in the mutant power that got him made him look makes him look like disgusting. You just look like bald Ryan Reynolds. I don't.
Really?
I have a really...
He had, like
So...
divots and, like...
So?
He didn't look deformed.
Yeah, like... Okay.
That's what
I'm going to be... I'm going to be one...
I see how it is, Dickey.
I'm going to be... Dickey...
If you look like that, I would call you out.
Dickey...
I can't believe he just said that. Like, I'd call you... If you're my friend, you're ugly. You're ugly. No one will love you. You look like an avocado.
You look like an avocado head circle, an older avocado. Which TJ Miller?
I was kind of, this time around, I'm like, I know he doesn't get tortured by Cable in that scene. I kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
But I will say, as a person with a disability, like, they try to do that trope in movies all the time, and it's just like...
The birthmark thing, like, or the scar, like a little scar right there on this very beautiful person's face, and the whole kissing.
And it's kind of like...
Why do we keep doing that?
Yeah.
That's right. But this takes it a little further.
But even like the Phantom of the Opera thing, like his face isn't that deformed. In
the 2004 movie, right, when they remove the mask, it's just a burn. It just looks like a burn. Like in the original, the 20s one, they take it off and he looks like a skeleton. Like it's kind of creepy looking.
I will say that Phantom
of the Paradise.
He is.
Well, he got his head stuck in a record press.
That would.
And you see it happen. Just
didn't something happen to him after that too? Like he fell into like a blade of some kind.
No,
because I remember there being a big gash out his mouth.
Well, yeah, he got his head stuck in a record press.
Kind of almost as bad as getting like wind blowing you into an electrical line and then getting shocked. Like they did for
the other thing about Deadpool 2 that helps the movie is in Deadpool 1, Deadpool does not have a foil.
This movie has two.
Yeah.
And they're both great. Yeah.
Cable and who's he?
Domino.
Ah, yes.
They are great.
They are fantastic.
When they actually form their family unit at the end, I was like, if the third movie is them as a team, I'm watching.
Oh,
I love that.
But they kind of undid it with that mid-credit scene, didn't they?
But like Cable's a great like that quiet, more serious, stoic character, and then nails it. Yeah, he's great. And then Domino is kind of the more lighthearted side of that, but still they both don't take it from him.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget about Sugar Bear.
And I just think they're all just so balanced. It's so balanced.
It was so funny.
Couldn't get his name right either. I got it. Because now I can't remember what his name.
I can't remember what his actual name is. No.
I'll be honest, I don't remember his name either.
It's Sugar Bear.
Sure, that's easy enough.
I just turned to walk away. Okay, it's Peter. There we go.
Peter.
Which the X-Force scene was so funny.
Well, and I love like several times before they're just like, the wind advisory, the wind advisory. You're not thinking that like it's actually going to be a big deal, and then swoop.
Who would have known about the wind advisory? You and everyone in the helicopter and everyone else.
I feel like that Deadpool 2 is just so much wittier.
And the set pieces are better too.
But like that whole joke where he's going through the X-Men's house is like, can't we get some A-list? Can't we get some A-list?
That cameo is so funny.
Jake, that's the best cameo in the thing.
Hands down, that might be one of the best superhero cameos ever. Like it's just so tongue-in-cheek and so perfectly well done.
And the funniest part, they filmed that on a separate soundstage for Dark Phoenix.
No,
that was 2018. The movie came out in 2021 or 20. Like it took like 2 or 3 years for that movie to come out.
One scene for.
So wait.
No, they while they were filming Dark Phoenix, Deadpool 2 was filming. They filmed that scene for because they were already filming.
So funny.
It took that much longer for that movie.
You still need to watch that thing.
Yeah.
And then Juggernaut. Juggernaut's a good inclusion.
Nothing compared to the X3 Juggernaut. Don't you know who I am? I'm Juggernaut.
I love the conversation between Russ and, so you wear that metal helmet so your brother can't get into your mind?
Yep.
Yeah, well, he's in a wheelchair, so,
I like the little toss out there.
I'm sorry. Cripple jokes get to me all the time.
Yeah, everything about the Juggernaut character, like I like how that's just it's a very like it's like a throwaway line that you wouldn't think twice about unless you know the actual source material that Charles is his brother. I just thought that was a really sly way to sneak in a shout out to everybody who knows that.
I also think that when they release Juggernaut, it doesn't engulf the story to the point where he is now the main villain.
Right.
Which I enjoy about that.
Yeah.
It doesn't overshadow anything.
And I just like the idea, like, it's your classic time travel paradox. If you go back in time and, like, change or kill the person that would have killed you in the future, like, does anything else... Like, I just... Thinking about all that time travel, I like Cable going back to stop Russell being, like, the main plot of the movie. It's also... It's just a cool thing in my mind to talk about. But, yeah. Anything else you guys want to mention about Deadpool?
I feel like we need to talk about the mid-credit scene and the end-credit scene.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. We got to talk about the opening scene, too, where he kills himself.
I do really like that.
And the Bond opening credits.
Yeah. Those are great.
Directed by one of the guys who killed John Wick's dog, which
I know. I love they need to keep doing that credit gag, like doing the third one as well. Just directed by didn't like the first one or the second one would say like written by a couple of asshats, like something like
yeah.
It's funny. I like it.
And the running gag. What's the girl's girlfriend's name?
Oh,
Yukio.
I would.
I don't know why I love that gag so much. I just love it.
That they would say back and forth.
It's funny because it's just a funny kind of quaint little moment, just kind of like, okay. Yeah, but then they keep doing it and there's no explanation. They just do it.
I know.
That's why it works.
But yes, let's get into that mid-credit scene. Oh boy.
So they fix the thing, which I'm like, okay, when I watch it the first time.
Fix
and they give it to him like, what have you done? I go, yeah, that's true. And then he saves his girlfriend. It's like, okay, that's actually a really, really strong part of this movie story is everything with like him in his apartment with her where he can't get through, and then when he does, like that's actually really good.
It is. No, all that's fantastic.
They kind of undo that, as Jake was saying, because he actually kills the guy, which I kind of like the whole thing of like for how skilled and powerful he is. He was just off by an inch. That was it.
That's all it was.
But then.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds.
They go back to...
I love his willingness to make fun of himself.
That's the best part. Is like he understands it. He's like, you see the Green Lantern script? Nope.
You're in the big leagues now, kid. Boom. And then the face Ryan Reynolds makes after he shuts his... You're welcome, Canada.
You're welcome, Canada.
Oh, how about that first shot before he blows himself up, where it's supposed to be serious, the scene is, but it's the music box.
Oh yeah, and it starts playing
the flow again where he's impaled.
I love how they started right off with "You died, Wolverine." Bet I'm gonna tell him just like. Has Hugh Jackman ever actually himself popped up? I don't think he has, right?
He is in.
Yeah, but I think they just use old footage.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still him popping up.
Third Deadpool movie. For the love of all things,
he's dead.
Marvel.
He can't.
They can make it work. I know there's a way to make it work. They need to get Hugh Jackman in that movie. It would be.
I mean, what was
so good?
What was the one he was in? One of the X-Men, one of the newer X-Men movies, as like a quick cameo.
Oh,
Apocalypse, which that was like 20.
No.
Are you thinking of Days of Future Past?
No, because he was a mage.
He's the main character.
He's the main character.
Maybe it wasn't Days of Future.
I think it was First Class.
I
think it was the post-credit scene in First Class.
Yeah, we walked up to the bar.
That was in the middle of the movie.
Was it?
Because they're
it was, wasn't it?
They walked up to him at the bar and
he's like, "Go F yourself."
Yeah, F off.
But he's also in Apocalypse. I think I've not seen it. I've just seen that scene where they're at the place where Stryker is, and they unleash him, and that's where they make this connection with Jean or something, like she calms his mind, and it's actually pretty well set up. But that's, from what I hear, one of the only good parts of that movie. The other being Quicksilver's scene saving everybody, which I have seen.
So okay, I haven't seen Days of Future Past in a while, but the reason that he is the main character in that is because he comes from the other X-Men universe, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, because they gave Kitty Bishop's powers to send him back with his mind. So he's not.
That's actually a really
time
good movie.
traveling. His current consciousness is waking up in his 70s body. Which I think is actually pretty. That's a good movie.
I can't wait for them to do more X-Men stuff because I love all the characters. I love.
Honestly, it's basically a reboot at this point.
It's absolutely a reboot.
Can we get current comic level with Girl Wolverine? That seems interesting.
Or can Rogue fly and have a Cajun accent instead of just be Anna Paquin crying for 3 movies?
Or could you imagine?
No offense, Anna Paquin.
Or could you imagine if they actually?
That's all they gave her to do.
Channing Tatum a Gambit movie for him to do.
That would be interesting.
That would be really cool.
Did anyone interesting play the acid spitting dude in Deadpool 2?
Yeah, that was Bill Skarsgård.
That was Bill Skarsgård?
Yes.
I didn't get that out of that.
Because when I saw him, I'm like, who is that? I look up, oh, that's who it is.
I still love the Brad. Like,
Brad
Pitt was in it for, what, 10 seconds?
Not even that.
Yeah. Matt Damon's in it, too.
Yeah. He's
when
one of the
Cable
cowboys at the beginning.
When Cable shows up and takes their truck, that was Matt Damon and Alan Tudyk. And he's talking about
wait. That was Matt Damon and Alan Tudyk? How did I miss that?
Because they're dressed up and they sound like rednecks.
Yeah.
And it's also not in it's not in a camera angle where you can see their faces.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I didn't know that. Oh,
Who else was?
I love it. Yeah,
There was someone else just really, really random in there.
Let's get more absurd and wacky cameos for the third one. I'm so
If they had stick in the vein of Deadpool too, I'm all for it.
Absolutely. Okay. Anything else before we jump into my pick?
No.
I'm excited to talk about this guy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, here we go. This is gonna be good. My honest to God favorite Ryan Reynolds movie is Free Guy. I think. I'm sorry. What was that? You were going to say a little bit louder?
I said Hi Kels.
Yeah.
I believe he said what else.
Listen, I legitimately think that they took.
Sorry. You're doing this again with your hands.
I think he's really leaning into that sunglasses stick.
He really is. But so I really think that this takes the snarky Ryan Reynolds from Deadpool. It takes the moments of family Ryan Reynolds from your old rom-coms, and it blends them together in the perfect Ryan Reynolds package. And I love Ryan Reynolds' package. This movie is just, I think, I slid that right in there. I really think he's just charming and fun. I love the plot to this movie. I think it's so entertaining.
What are those dishes that you bring to parties that have the crackers and the cheese? What are those called?
Charcuterie?
Thank you. So charcuterie, is that how you say it?
Charcuterie, yeah.
This movie is like someone brought a charcuterie to a party, but they shook it up and then dumped it on the floor.
Yeah, I was gonna say you say a plot, but it is the most random thing. I've only seen Free Guy once. And to be fair, by the end of it,
4 times,
and we both like it.
But the idea, but by the end of it, I liked it. That's the thing. But the plot makes on a base 10,000 foot in the air level, it makes sense. But when you're watching the movie, it's what the fuck? I'm a video game person, and I'm still what the, what is, how is it?
He's just funny.
It's just so chaotic and
That's
so.
The whole point. It's supposed to be chaotic. He's playing in it's a GTA world essentially, where you can do whatever you want. And he's in I just like that.
When's the last time you played GTA?
It's been a long time.
I was gonna say it's not. It's not.
You can do anything. You can drop
it's
tanks.
Can you fly?
Helicopters. You can fly.
Not in a helicopter. I mean, the body of a person in GTA. Can they fly?
Yes, they can.
They can.
Yes.
How?
There are
I'm just curious.
Mods.
San Andreas,
They're called mods.
Believe me, I used to. Quick story. Me and my friend that used to live across the street from me, we would go up in his room and we would play so much GTA San Andreas. We would use all the hacks and get maybe people flying, dropping not cannons, tanks, and all that good stuff. It's fun, and that sense of fun and doing whatever you want was brought to this movie
But the reason it's fun in Grand Theft Auto is because you're doing it. You're not doing it in this movie. You're watching it.
I'm seeing people.
No, you're watching some guy do it.
Some free guy.
I see what you did there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was Dickey level.
No, it wasn't. That was great. Oh, man, that is my level. Right? But I think that's a fun thing to do. And I mentioned, I don't know if the cameras were rolling when I said this, but Taika Waititi playing a villain is so much fun.
Oh, didn't you hear?
Every other,
Didn't you hear? That wasn't acting. They showed up and just started recording him yelling at all his interns.
I have not heard a single story of him being mean to people. I'm just saying.
I just have a feeling.
Have you heard any stories of him being a jerk?
Of course not. He's a Disney property. They're gonna milk him. They're gonna milk him till he's worth nothing.
They're milking Taika,
and then just toss him aside. And they're gonna protect their old baby boy all they can so he can be funny Korg in all the movies.
And I truly love.
How long before we get an actual Korg movie?
We're not gonna get a Korg movie, but legit, watch Shadows, watch Jojo Rabbit. The guy is very, very talented, and in the stuff that he plays himself, not Jojo Rabbit. Obviously, he didn't play himself in Deadpool, but
wonderfully put, Dickey.
I had to get that out there because I knew you were gonna say something about that. But any other movie, he's usually at least a little bit charming. In this one, I could feel like I could sense him on set just having a fun as hell time, just being a complete dick to everybody, and I could sense him having fun, and that's what made me have fun watching this movie. That's what I really got down to. And also, don't forget, I love Joe Keery from Stranger Things, and that he was in this. Oh, he was fantastic. I really love just him trying to at the end, trying to get I can't remember any character's names right now. We're trying to get Taika to just to find the code in his
Antoine,
thank you.
Joe Keery is
Keys. That's kind of funny. Keery plays Keys.
And then Ryan Reynolds is Guy.
Yep.
And Jodie Comer is Molotov Girl.
And don't forget Lil Ray is in this. Lil Ray is so flippin' funny.
Buddy.
I love him.
That guy, I know that guy.
Yeah, he was. I'm pretty sure he was in Get Out.
He's one of the best parts of Get Out.
He's so fantastic. And let's not forget. I think you guys hopefully laughed as much as I did when Dude came out as the big ripped rider. I was like, ugh, boom, just punching him around and just acting.
Did you find Dude funny
and silly?
I did, but I was exhausted by the movie.
That was actually when they did that. I'm like, well, what big bad? And that's just bigger, dumber guy.
Bigger, dumber Ryan Reynolds. It's just funny.
I was like, that's it. Okay. For all creative parts of this movie have been, that's it.
But I had trouble tracking with this movie. It's so I understand why that makes sense to Dickey because you're so hyper and all over the place. But I was like, and now this is happening. But why is it? I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. The movie literally beat me into submission, and I like it. And I like it. I did. I didn't give it a critical rating because how could you? But
I just wonder how it's going to age because a big part of me knows it's not going to age well, but you never know. I feel like 5 years, if that.
I feel like it'll last.
I feel like this could be
I feel like as the trends in video games shift, this will become outdated. I can't think of any of the specific jokes, it's more about the medium they're told with.
It's hard for me to say because I'm not a massive video gamer, but yeah, that sounded really, you can tell I don't play a lot of video games. I said that.
You don't play the video graphics games.
Listen, I play 3 games right now, okay? And Jared knows
Candy Crush. You still play Among Us, don't you?
No, pretty much
and
it's just
Fortnite. Those are your
it's pretty much just Rocket League, Lego Star Wars, and Fall Guys. That's all I'm playing right now. But
does anyone still play Among Us?
No, that died out. But that's a very interesting thing though.
He's the imposter and the crew.
Yep.
You raise a good point, though. I don't know how well it's going to age because I don't know if these kind of games are still going to be popular.
They won't be. It'll get replaced by something else. They've been popular for probably. As in, like, every game is an open world game like that. Mm-hmm. It's probably been popular for at least 10 years by now.
Yeah, that's
and so there's going to come a day.
Like, it came out at a very good time to like catch all those people that like those to get into this. And also, I think it's just a really good family movie too. I
think it's a good family. I think you're right in saying that. Mm-hmm. But I think that one day a switch is going to flip and open world games are going to be, like the movie, exhausting because they already kind of are. I
mean, that's the Lego Star Wars is kind of like that. There's a lot to do,
but at least there's some direction in that. I mean, if you talk about plopping down into like Breath of the Wild, mm-hmm. there's no direction in that. You just have to figure it out.
Yeah,
and eventually culture is going to get tired of that.
Yeah, that's very true. And I could see the only thing is like I feel like now there's a little resurgence for like Sean Levy movie that I'm thinking of is
Real Steel.
I was actually going to say Real Steel.
Cheaper by the dozen.
Sean Levy directed that too?
Yeah, he's going to direct Deadpool 3.
Doesn't surprise me because I feel like
Night at the Museum.
He knows how to tell a really good, just well-rounded family movie that I think sticks with people.
Hey, maybe Deadpool will be a family movie again.
Yeah,
well, kind of jumping back to Deadpool 2 really quickly. They called that quote unquote a family movie, and it kind of was a very R-rated, sex-positive family movie. But at the end of the day, it's about that family of Wade Wilson, Domino, and...
See, I know what he means by sex-positive. I don't remember seeing any of that in Deadpool 2.
Maybe that's more Deadpool 1. But,
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. But still, I just think like that's what I like about Ryan Reynolds is that he can take it balls to the wall. Like he can go full R-rated Deadpool. Then he can reel it back and be really endearing and friendly free guy. And that's why I just really like watching what he has to do.
I mean, for crying out loud, he's Pikachu.
He's Pikachu! Which I'm actually very surprised that none of us picked Detective Pikachu.
I did originally.
I thought you did pick
I did originally, and then I switched because I'd rather talk about Just Friends. Just Friends is more interesting to talk about if you're not a Pokemon fan.
It is, it's a very well identified like era of Ryan Reynolds, like back in his rom-com, like back in rom-com days. You have
Van Wilder
and like
Van Wilder.
No, like seriously though, that is the
Buried. That's his
like that in the definitely like the definitely maybe type era, and but like if I chose to talk about Detective Pikachu,
Hobbs and Shaw.
How many Pokemons can you name? 2, 3, maybe?
Let's see. There's Pikachu and Raichu. And then there's Eevee and Scyther and Mr. Mime.
Wow.
Squirtle,
he's got a bunch.
War Turtle and Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, and the other one.
Now can you do the Pokerap?
The what?
You can't do the Pokerap.
Do you know Weird Al's Pokemon thing?
I don't.
Where he lists like 200 of them in 2 minutes or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, before this gets any more
off the rails, is there?
Cut it off.
I mean, off the rails, that's kind of like what Free Guy is.
Yeah. This is the third best movie where Ryan Reynolds is named Guy. What are the first two?
Well played, sir.
What are the first two?
I didn't even realize, until you just said it right now, I forgot that he played Guy in a couple of animated movies.
Yeah, the Croods, both Croods movies. His name is Guy.
That is so funny. I never realized that.
Wait, 2 animated movies in the what?
I was going to say like the, mid 2010s?
One of them is in the mid 2010s. The other one is 2020.
That feels weird that it was that soon. I feel like it came out a long time ago.
2013.
That's because 2020 was a long time ago. 2020 was like 10 years ago.
It was 10 years ago and it's yesterday. It's like,
yep. We're still in 2020.
It's weird, right? Okay, anything else you want to mention, guys? No?
I'm good.
Alrighty. So, for everybody, thank you so much for listening to our show. Love all you listeners. And we want you to keep Follow our channels. Keep getting our stuff. And Jared, I know you can tell them where they can find us. Where is it?
So you can follow us on the socials, which is the Facebook, the Twitter, Instagram, and the TikTok.
And the TikTok.
Yep. And then you can listen to us on the Evil Overlord, Apple Podcasts,
Wait.
Google, Stitcher, Spotify.
Hold on.
Wait, what?
Is that TikTok funny?
Yes. I was waiting for you to do that. And you can like, subscribe, comment, and ring our bell if you're watching on YouTube. We appreciate all the feedback.
I appreciate all the feedback. Please comment. Tell us if you think we're doing good, if you think we're doing horrible. We just want to know. And so, on that note, thank you everybody so much for listening to today's episode of Our Favorites. Make sure to stay tuned for more awesome content coming your way very soon. So, from all of us here at All Slate Media, thank you so much for listening. We will see you next time.